Hello, welcome to Sharda e-learning educational video tutorials. We are going through our chapter number 1 from mathematics part 1, which is linear equation in two variables. We are now at practice set number 1.5. Practice set 1.5 is about the application of simultaneous equations. So we have seen there are certain number of steps that we should follow when we are solving the application of simultaneous equation. First step is fix two variables for two unknown quantities which are to be determined. There should be two quantities that we have to determine. So assume them or fix them as a two variables x and y, a and b, p and q, so that then step number 2 is form simultaneous equation. Create some two simultaneous equations from these two variables by using conditions in the example, and then solve them using our previous methods: elimination method, determinant method, graphical method. So let's get into the first example of practice set number 1.5. Two numbers differ by 3. The sentence is the two numbers differ by 3. The sum of twice the smaller number and thrice the greater number is 19. Find the numbers. So I will try to solve the example here, and then other examples we will see directly the solutions and we'll explain it. The first example is the first sentence is two numbers differ by 3. What is mean by differ? Differ means difference between. This means the two numbers are two numbers are differ by 3 means the greater number is great bigger by 3 amount. That's why we will assume let smaller number and greater number. Why we calling smaller number and greater number? Because when there are two numbers, there should be one number which is greater and other number should be smaller. That's why we are assuming this greater number should let it is x, and smaller number let it is y. Now we got the variables. Now what is the second step? To form a two simultaneous equations by the conditions in the example. What are the condition? Condition number 1 is in the sentence number 1. Two numbers differ by 3 means the subtraction of the numbers is 3. Why I am writing y minus x? Sorry, it should be x minus y, right? Because x is our greater number. We assumed x is a greater number, y is a smaller number, so that the smaller number should be subtracted from greater number and should be it's our first equation. Okay, then according to the second equation, this was our according to first. Okay, then our second equation is condition is the sum of twice the smaller number. What is our smaller number? Is y. So we will write 2y, twice the smaller number, and thrice the greater number. Thrice the greater number is greater number x. And what is the the sum? Sum is the computation. Sum is the operation between them. 2y plus 3x. And what is the sum? Which is 19. So according to the second condition, we got our second equation. Okay, these are the equation we got from our example. Now we can solve them using our methods. We will use elimination method. By elimination method, what can we do here? We can see we can multiply equation number 1 with 2, so that we will get here minus 2y, and here is plus 2y. They can be easily cancelled out. So we will multiplying equation 1 by 2, so that 2x minus 2y is equal to 6. This is equation number 3. Now we can simply add them. Adding equation number 2 and 3. Okay. After adding, I can see here equation number 2 is, I will write the x first, so that adding won't get complex, so that 3x plus 2, I just swap the positions. We can write it, right? And the second equation to add is 2x minus 2y is equal to 6. After adding, I can see here 5x is equal to 25. X is equal to 5. Now what I can do is substitute, right? Substitute x is equal to 5 in equation 1. X minus y is equal to 3. X is a 5 minus y is equal to 3, minus y is equal to 3 minus 5, minus y is equal to minus 2, means y is equal to 2. So we got our numbers. We can cross check them whether they are correct or not. What was the first condition? The condition was they differ by 3. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. This is right. The second condition was the sum of twice the smaller variable, which is small, 2 is small, twice the smaller, means 2 into 2, 4, plus 5 into 3, thrice the greater number, 15. 15 plus 4 is equal to 19. That's why our numbers are correct. So the required numbers are 5 and 2. This is the answering statement you need to write to get your full marks. The required numbers are 5 and 2. This is the way to solve the application of simultaneous equations. Now we will see the example number 2. Okay, this is the example number 2. What is the question? The question is about completing the following. Complete the following. What is to complete? It is written in the example. There is a one rectangle which have two opposite sides equal. Okay, so and then there is an arrow going from one rectangle to two. The flow chart. Find the values of x and y. Then find the perimeter and area. Okay, so firstly we have to find the values of x and y. I can see here the rectangle which is shown in example is having sides given. The values of sides are given. The 2y, which is a one side, right? 2y is a one side. Then we have 4x minus y is a second side. Then x plus 4 is a third side. Then 2x plus y plus 8 is a fourth side. These are the sides of a rectangle. Now what we have to do is find the value of x and y. How to find the values of x and y? By solving the simultaneous equation. How to create simultaneous equation? By using conditions. So what are the conditions given here? Here is only one condition is given. What is it? I am a rectangle. This is a condition that will use us to create two simultaneous equation. Okay, so what we can do is Firstly, the length of given rectangle is length is 2x plus y plus 8, which is a larger side of a rectangle is called as length. So length is 2x plus y plus 8 is length, and also x minus y, which are also equal sides of a rectangle. Opposite sides of rectangle are equal, as we know, so that we can write as 2x plus y plus 8, which is a one length, and 4x minus y, which is a second length. So they are equal. Now we can solve this and get our equation number 1, which is 2x minus 2y is equal to 8. But we can now see here, we can divide them to get a simpler equation. We can divide it by 2, so that we can get x minus y is equal to 4. This is our first equation using the length. Now we can use breadth. As we use the length, we can use breadth also. The breadth of rectangle which are opposite to each other are also equal, so that 2y is equal to x plus 4, which is this side. 2y is equal to x plus 4. So we can now write as x minus 2y is equal to minus 4. So this is the second equation, this is the first equation. Now we can choose the method to solve the simultaneous equation. We can see here is x is a positive, x is a positive. So if we subtract this equation, we will be cancelling the x and we will calculate the y. Similarly, that's why we are subtracting 2 from 1. So x will be cancelled. Minus y minus minus 2y will be plus 2y. Minus y plus 2y is y, and on the other side 4 minus minus 4 is 8. 4 plus 8, 4 plus 4, 8. So y is equal to 8. Now put the value y is equal to 8 and equation number 1. We will get x is equal to 12. So this is the x and y values. Now our first work is done. Now they are asking for perimeter and area. What is the perimeter of the rectangle, which is a summation of all these sides? Summation of all these sides. So we have x and y. Now we can see here what is length. 4x minus y is length. So we can calculate the length by putting our values. Use now these values x and y, so that we can calculate the sides of the rectangle. 4x minus y, which is 4 into 12. 12 is x minus y is 8. So that we got the length is 40. Similarly, we got 2y. 2y means 8, 2 into 8, 16. So 40 and 16 are the sides of the rectangle. Now we know perimeter is equal to 2 into length plus breadth, means all the addition of all the sides. So it is a 122 112 units. There is no unit given, so we are writing as a unit. Then area is equal to length into breadth. What are the length and breadth are 14 into 16, 640 unit square. So this is how we solved the remaining example, but the example was here to create these equations. How to write these equations? We should be able to write or form two simultaneous equations from the given condition. You should be identifying what is the condition in the example. There is a rectangle which was the main condition. We should know that the sides opposite to the rectangles are equal, so that we can create these two equations and then solve, then find the length and breadth, and then perimeter and area. So this was the question number 2. Question number 3 is the sum of father's age and twice the age of his son is 70. The sum of father's age, let the father's age be x years and the son be y years. Okay. Then what is the condition? The sum of father's and age means the operation is addition. Okay. The sum of what? The sum of what? The sum of father's age means x plus y, and twice the age of his son. Twice the age of his son means 2y is 70. This is our first condition. As we read the sentence, you should be able to write the equation. Then, if we double the age of father, what is the age of father? X. What is the doubling the age? 2x. And add it. Add it means plus to the age of his son. What is age of son? Y. 2x plus y is equal to, sum is given is 95, so 95. This is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. We can write the equation number 1, equation number 2. So after adding them, we can see 3x plus 3y is equal to 165. Now we can divide them all by 3 because they are common in 3. So x plus y is equal to 55. This is our equation number 3. And we can also subtract them to get our equation number 4. You can solve these two equations by any other method. What you can do is you can multiply here only by 2, so that 2x plus 4y is equal to 140. Then just subtract them, so that 4y minus y is equal to 3y. 3y is equal to 140 minus 95. That's why we can solve this example in many other methods. We have so much many previous methods that can be used to solve these linear equations. One of the method is used here, and find the values x and y. So the age of father is 40 years and the age of son is 15 years. This is the answer. So question number 4 is, the denominator of a fraction is 4. The denominator of a fraction is 4. More than twice its numerator. Denominator becomes 12 times the numerator if both the numerator and the denominator are reduced by 6. Find the fraction. The denominator of a fraction is 4. More than twice the number. You should be identifying what it means really. 4 more. 4 more means 4 plus. 4 plus twice the numerator. So we will assume here the fraction is x and y, means denominator is y and numerator is x. So first condition is denominator of a fraction is 4 more than its numerator. Denominator, what is denominator in this fraction? Y. We are assuming x and y is a fraction, okay? Then y is a denominator. The denominator of fraction is 4 more. 4 more means 4 plus, and twice the numerator, 2x. This is the first condition. Then denominator becomes 12 times the numerator. Again, denominator becomes 12 times the numerator if both the numerator and denominator are reduced by 6. Okay, firstly we will reduce the denominator by 6. If both the numerator and denominator, means we are subtracting from both the numerator and denominator. So denominator becomes 12 times, means denominator y minus 6 is equal to 12x minus 6. This is a condition is a little complex. You need to identify what is the actual condition given and how to write. Denominator becomes 12 times. Denominator becomes 12 times. But when it becomes 12 times? When we if the both numerator and denominator are reduced by 6. Both the numerator and denominator are reduced by 6. So firstly we are reducing by 6 denominator, then we will multiply the numerator which is already reduced by 6. So this is the condition. We will solve it. 12x minus 12 into 6, 72. So this is the condition number 2, equation number 2 we got. Now we will solve it for our simultaneous equation. What we can do is subtract it, simply subtract it, because there is a minus y and minus y, the same sign. So if we subtract them, it will be cancelling each other, and we will get the answer x is equal to 7. Now put the value x of 7 in one of the equations and find the other value y, and then write the sentence. This is the sentence which is important. Thus the fraction obtained is 7 and 18. This should be written in like this. We should not write only x and y values. What was the question? The question was, what was the fraction? The fraction is obtained is 7 upon 18. Okay. Question number 5. What is question number 5? The two types of boxes A, B are to be placed in a truck having capacity of 10 tons. Two types of boxes A and B. Some are boxes of type A and some are boxes of type B. Let's assume they are placed in a truck having capacity 10 tons. When 150 boxes of type A and 100 boxes of type B are loaded in the truck, it weighs 10 tons. But when 260 boxes of type A are loaded in truck, it can still accommodate 40 boxes of type B, so that it is fully loaded. Fully loaded means 10 tons, right? Find the weight of each type of box. Okay, so let the weight of box A. Box A, box A's weight should be let's assume the weight of box A is X and the weight of box B is Y. Okay, then what is the condition here? First condition is when 150 boxes of type A means 150 into X, which is a weight of box A, 150x plus 100 box of type B, 100 into Y is equal to 10 tons. We converted 10 tons into kilogram. 10 into 1000, which is a 10,000. So, and now we are reducing equations, dividing them by 10 and then by 5, so that we can get this simpler equation 3x plus 2y. Now, second, what was the second condition? But when 260 boxes of type A are loaded into truck, it can still accommodate 40 boxes of type B, means 260x plus 40y is equal to also 10,000. So this is another equation we are condition using it. And now the second condition gives us this 13x plus 2y is equal to 50. After reducing it, the main equation was this, then but we can see here we can divide them by 10, so that we can get 26 plus 4y is equal to 1000. Then we can divide them by 2, so that we will get the simplified equation number 1 and 2. Now we can see here 2y 2y, so that we can simply subtract here. So 13 minus 3 is 10. 500 minus 200 is equal to 300. X is equal to 30. Now put the x in any of the equation and find the value of 55. And this is the statement we should be writing. Thus, weight of a box A is equal to 30 kg and weight of a box B is 55 kg. Don't interchange it. What is x? You confirm it. Let the weight of box A was x, so that the weight of box A is 30, the weight of box B is 50. The question number 6. Now question number 6 is, out of 1900 kilometer, Vishal traveled some distance by bus and some by aeroplane. Bus travels with average speed 60 km per hour and average speed of aeroplane is 700 km per hour. It takes 5 hours to complete the journey. Find the distance traveled by bus. Find the distance and Vishal traveled by bus. Okay. So here is some physics entity we should know. What is it? The speed. Speed is a distance upon time. Whatever you go distance, it should be divided by completing time. So we can find the speed at which you completed the distance. So that here is the first condition. Average speed of bus is 60 km per hour. So what should we assuming here? We should be assuming the distance. So the time taken by bus is x hour. Bus, because it takes 5 hours to complete his journey. We knew he takes 5 hours to complete his journey. Among 5 hours, there should be some hours by bus and some by aeroplane, right? So we will assume let the time taken in bus by x hour and let the time taken by aeroplane y hours, right? There should be aeroplane. Time taken by bus is x and time taken by aeroplane is y. But we can we should be calculating the distance, because we have given the distance here. So what is the distance of bus? 60 into x. Why 60 into x? Because 60 is the average speed and x is a time. 60 is the average speed of bus, right? 60 is the average speed of bus. So we will multiply, we will use this equation. What is the distance? Distance is equal to speed into time. Distance is equal to speed into time. So speed is 60, time is x. Speed is 60, time is x. So distance is 60x. Simple it is. So as in the bus, now use the y. Average speed of uh, average speed of aeroplane is 700 kilometers per hour. So multiply it with the time y. So 700y is equal to 1900. So we got the first equation, 60x plus 700y is equal to 900. So we can simplify it by dividing 10 and then by 2. Similarly, what is the condition number 7? Second condition is it takes 5 hours to complete. So we know, we assumed what we assumed, the time taken bus is x, by aeroplane is y. Bus na taken the time taken by bus is x, then the time taken by y is aeroplane is y, so x plus y is equal to 5. This is our second equation. You should be identifying what are the conditions in the example and use them. So we got the two different simultaneous equations in two variables. Now we will solve them. We will multiply this equation by 3x, so that we will 3x can be cancelling after subtracting. That's why we are doing it. Y is equal to 2.5 and x is equal to also 2.5. Means what we got is x is 2.5, y is 2.5, means the same hours are used by bus and by aeroplane. Okay, so but the distance should be different because by bus there is a little slow speed, because here we are solved. The distance traveled by bus should be speed into time. What is the speed? We know. What is the speed? 60. Again, 60 into 2.5. That's what we are calculating. 2.5, we just calculated 2.5 hour. He used the bus, so that we can calculate the how much distance it will be traveled by bus. It is 60 into 2.5, 150. And also we can calculate the distance traveled by aeroplane. What is the distance traveled by aeroplane? Again, 2.5, which is also y the value, 2.5 into we replace the 60 to the 700, so that we can calculate the distance traveled by aeroplane also. So this was the practice set number 1.5. If any questions, please write in the comment. We will try to discuss it on the next video. Okay, this was our problem set number 1.5. I think the next problem set is overall problem set number 1, and we will get it in the next video. Thank you.